Hello everyone. Today I would like to share with you an easy, effective and secure way to defeat Vergil as Dante. As we all know, Vergil is an extremely difficult boss. His attack is strong, aggressive, and it's very difficult to evade or block them. And especially when he transforms into DT, he has super armor and it's very difficult to deal damage on him, and he attacks like crazy aggressive. So here is the method. Basically, you have to understand that Vergil has a few different phrases. First phrase, he's just being normal and attack normally, and until he got only 2/3 of his health, he transformed into DT. And as I said, he will attack like crazy, and he has super armor. So the basic idea of this method is we deal damage until he got only 2/3 of his health before he can transform into DT, and at that moment we try to deal a maximum damage on him. So what is the maximum damage? So you have to charge up a full Royal gauge, full DT gauge, full STD gauge, and you need to have a triple S ranking. You can wait for the best moment and you transform into DT, and then you do a Royal release with the full Royal gauge, and then because you are in a triple S, you do a quadruple S and transform into SDT, and then you can attack him like using the loose. I love to use the loose and do a judgment at the end. And it's very crucial to have the triple S to pull off the quadruple S, because at the moment he only had like 2/3 of his health, and when you do a full Royal release on him, he will try his best to transform into DT. And the good thing about quadruple S is you don't need to go through a transformation animation. You right away can transform into SDT, and you right away do crazy attack on him. Most of your attacks are done on him when he is not in the DT mode. So if you are not under the quadruple S, if you are go through animations and stuff, when he had the time, he transform into DT, even you are transform into SDT, your attack will be minimized by him. So it's very crucial to have quadruple S. And if you can pull this off successfully, he might just get only maybe 10 to 20% of health, and it will be much easier to finish him. And for weapon, I will try to stay simple because he's very complicated boss. So I will just use Devil Sword Dante, DSD, and Kyoto A shotgun. You try to do a combo on him, he try to escape as much as possible. And the good thing about DSD is you can chain different combo with the summon sword. And for good things about the shotgun is sometimes Vergil will do a spiral blade or storm blade, so it's a bunch of summon sword around you or him. When he does the spiral blade, you can just shoot him with a shotgun. 1 to 2 shot will be fine. When he does the storm blade, you can change into a gunslinger and do a firework. And these are the main weapons, but later on I need to use the King Service, but I will explain it later. So what exactly are we going to do? So as I said, you have to deal maximum damage on him. You need to have all full gauge. It is inevitable. You have to learn his moves, at least for the first phase. You have to learn how to Royal block him, and there is no other way. So learn the rhythm and learn how to Royal block his attacks, and to accumulate the DT gauge and the Royal gauge, and find the best moment to Royal release him. I personally will Royal release him when he does the rising star thing. And as I said, when the time is right, when you have everything maximum, you change into DT, and while release him when he perhaps using a rising star, and then you right away you change into an STT, and then you can just deal the maximum damage on him, as I said, the lose or judgment at the end. And when at that point he's almost dying, but he's still in the DT mode, so you have to be careful, and he will just keep attacking you and under the DT mode, so you can just dash as much as possible to evade his attacks. And at some point he will charge up at the center, and then he will disappear, and then he will summon heavy ring on you. At that point I would recommend using the King Service to do a revolution, and the pros of doing this is that it fills up your DT gauge a lot, and the good thing is, and then you can fill up your SDT gauge, and if you do it right, you probably will have the second full bar of a SDT gauge, and until then you can just again just rip him off. But you still have to, if you want to be safe, because after that moment he will still attack you like crazy and doing a judgment cut end at the end. So if you want to play safe, you would just dodge his attack using the dash as much as possible, and at the right moment until you have the full SDT gauge, and then you can just again doing the loose and judgment at the end. Personally, I like doing the royal release when he does the handbreaker, but it's risky and you don't necessarily need to do that. But if you don't have the full SDT gauge and you want more DT gauge, and if you can try doing that when he does the handbreaker thing. And here now I will show you a perfect example of using this method. You use DSD and royal guard him as much as possible, and it's okay to make mistakes and to get damage or whatever, but learn how to royal block him. And you see I'm not fully royal block everything, and it's okay. And as I said, that was what Dante is great for doing combos, and you can use the summon sword and to link different combos, and you can do some shotgun attack and some short combos, whatever. And you can see my combos are basically pretty much the same, but it doesn't matter. And as long as you be patient and slowly fill up all your gauge and maintain in a triple S rank, it will be fine. And you'll see here I failed to block, but it's fine. And be patient, because at this point I don't have a triple S, so I have to slowly build up my ranking. And as you just see here, when he does the spiral blade, shotgun is a good weapon to deal.
Hey, you can do better than that. You're finished.
So I have all full gauge here. I have also 2S. I think I'm getting ready to do the attack, but he is doing the spiral blade, so I have to be patient and just wait for the best moment. And then at this moment I do a royal release, full royal release, and then I jump up and do a firework. And I do it in the firework because I need the time to charge up to SDT and to do the quadruple S, and then you just attack him like crazy. And then if you're confident, when he does the handbreaker, you royal release him, and then he's dead. So thank you for watching.